Yo, what is up guys, Anthony here back with another Destiny Child video, and in today's video everyone, we're going to be overviewing the units that will be coming alongside the Romeo and Juliet's Ragna Break event, which will be coming up after the upcoming Dead or Alive collaboration. So as you can see here, we do have the Romeo and Juliet Ragna Break featured here after the November 5th maintenance break. As you can see, it's a wood type boss Ragna Break event, and it will last up until November 19th until maintenance. So in today's video, like said, we're going to be overviewing the units that will be coming alongside this event, which will of course be a new Rusalka and the wood type boss Addis. But if you guys haven't seen my previous video, which we overviewed the Dead or Alive upcoming units, I'll be sure to link it on the top right here, as we did overview the event and the characters that will be brought alongside the event, and of course their skill sets and more. So I'll be sure to have that on the top right if you guys would like to go check that out before this video. But with that being said, let's get into the units that will be brought with the Romeo and Juliet Ragna Break event. Alright everyone, so here we are on Rice Mine Japan. We do have the first unit here featured up on the screen right now, which of course is Addis. He is a new unit brought alongside the Romeo and Juliet's Ragna Break event, of course, and he's the wood type debuffer 5-star unit and is actually the boss of the Ragna Break event. So if we go over his tiers here on the Japan server, of course these are subject to change when he is brought alongside to the global version, as we don't have all of the units that Japan does currently have. As for the tiers though, we do have PvE here, a tier 6, PvP tier 9, Raid tier 6, World Boss tier 6. So based on the tiers, he does seem pretty decent overall, and I would expect his tiers to go up on the global version. As for the PvP aspect, he does seem to be pretty strong, and we'll probably see that in his skill set. As for his auto attack here, we do have 102 auto attack damage to the target. We have tap skill here, 398 damage to priority highest attack enemy, and we also have minus 30% remove skill charge, remove a certain amount of skill charge to priority highest attack enemy. So you can see why he's pretty strong in PvP here, as he does target the highest attacker enemy and removes their skill charge. So this does prevent them from sliding, which of course is a main skill of many attacker units. We have his slide skill here, which deals 690 damage to 2 priority water type enemies. We have minus 35% skill charge speed. Reduce the speed of skill charge can be stacked with charge rate reduction for 12 seconds to 2 priority water type enemies. So of course he does focus water type enemies here, and if you think about this, he will be able to target units like Senga, Thisbe, etc. So huge supporter units in the Devil Rumble. So pretty nice skill set here on the slide skill. We also do have +2 exhaustion, increase slide skill cooldown for 12 seconds to 2 priority water type enemies. So of course he can focus, like I said, Senga, Thisbe, Eve, and all of those top tier water type units. So a pretty nice slide skill here, and based on the tap and slide, I would expect to see him used quite a bit in the Devil Rumble, as he can prioritize those units that are pretty strong on the global version right now. As for his drive skill here, we do have 2065 damage to 3 priority highest attack enemies. We have minus 100% skill charge speed. Reduce the speed of skill charge can be stacked with charge rate reduction for 12 seconds to 3 priority highest attack enemies. And of course he also does have a 70% chance for buff time off for 12 seconds to 3 highest attack enemies, PvP only. As for the buff time off, I'm not too sure what it does exactly, but it does seem to be only a PvP exclusive effect. So it's probably pretty strong on his drive skill, and even without that, it does seem pretty strong in general, as he does have the deal 2065 damage of course, and he does prioritize 3 highest attack enemies. But the main part here, we do have the minus 100% skill charge speed, which is a huge portion of his kit, as the drive skill does slow down the enemy quite a bit, which of course will bring your team to fever time faster, as the enemy will have to catch up on their drive skills and more. So a pretty nice drive skill. I do like his kit a lot overall for PvP. And of course we do have his leader skill here, which of course is minus 18% skill charge speed. Reduce the speed of skill charge can be stacked with charge rate reduction to all water type enemies, +1 exhaustion, increases slide skill cooldown to all water type enemies, PvP only. So of course his leader skill is a PvP skill, and he does target the water type units like he does do in his other skills. So a pretty nice kit here overall, and I do like his unit quite a bit, and it's pretty cool how we'll be able to obtain him for free through the Ragna Break event. So if he does keep this skill set, does seem to be a pretty good unit for PvP, and I would expect to see him there quite a bit as we do receive free uncaps for him through the Ragna Break event. Next up here everyone, we do have the tragic Rusalka here, which of course is the summonable units that will be brought alongside the Romeo and Juliet Ragna Break event. She is a fire type supporter unit, of course a 5-star child. As for her tiers here, we do have high tiers here as her PvE is a tier 8, PvP tier 8, Raid tier 9, and World Boss tier 8. So overall a very amazing unit for all contents of the game based on the Japan tiers, and of course I would expect these to be changed like said before for Addis, as we don't have all of the units that Japan does have on their side of the game. As for her auto attack here, we do have 101 auto attack damage to the target. Her tap skill here deals 398 damage to target. We also have plus 18% add skill charge, instantly charge the skill gauge by a certain amount to 2 priority attacker allies. We also have plus 20% weak point attack, increased damage of weak point attacks for 10 seconds to 2 priority attacker allies. We also do have her slide skill here, which deals 734 damage to the target, plus 45% skill charge rate, increases skill gauge charge amount for 2 seconds to 3 fire allies. We also have debuff immunity here, removes all debuffs instantly, and next incoming debuff for 1 second or 14 seconds to 3 fire type allies. We have -2 cooldown reduction, reduced cooldown time of slide skills for 2 seconds to 3 fire type allies, raid only. As for her drive skill here, we do have 1893 damage to 3 random enemies, plus 150 add drive charge, instantly charge the drive gauge by a certain amount to 5 fire type allies. We have plus 75% skill charge speed, increases skill charge speed stacks with skill charge rate up for 20 seconds to 5 allies, raid only. And of course for her leader skill here, we do have plus 18% skill charge rate, increases skill gauge charge amount to all fire allies. We also have plus 10% drive charge, increases drive charge to all fire type allies, raid only. Now overall, after going over her kits, she does of course seem to be here in order to counter Addis and his debuffs, as she does provide a lot of skill charge. But not only that, she does seem to be pretty good in PvP when paired up with fire units, as she does buff them quite a bit in the speed aspect of the game, as she does increase their slide skill charge amount. And of course she does have that leader skill here with the plus 18 skill charge rate for all fire type allies. So if you do run a mono fire type team in the Devil Rumble or include quite a few fire type units, then she could be pretty strong and paired up with those fire type units. We could see her paired up with the Love and Hate Davi, maybe even Kano, Fail Not, etc. So a pretty good unit here overall, and I can see why her tiers are pretty high in all portions of the game, as she does grant a ton of speed to those fire type units and units in general. So of course she does seem to be a huge counter towards the Addis Ragna Break event, and I would definitely recommend you guys to summon for her when she does release, when the Romeo and Juliet's Ragna Break comes around, as she does seem to be a huge counter to his Ragna Break event of course. But not only that, she does seem to be a pretty top tier character if she does keep this skill set on the global version. Alright everyone, so that'll be it for the overview of the Romeo and Juliet Ragna Break event units. Overall, they both do seem very good. One does excel well, specifically in the PvP side of the game, and of course the Rusalka is amazing in all contents. So overall, both amazing units, and I'm quite excited for when they do roll around to the global version in early November. But anyways everyone, make sure to let me know in the comment section below what you do think of these units, and if you'll be summoning for either of them when they do come around to the global version. But before you go everyone, make sure to leave a like on this video if you did enjoy, and also make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so and are enjoying the Destiny Child content. Now with all of that being said, I'll see you all in tomorrow's Destiny Child video. Thank you all so much for watching.